Hello, this is Moniz with DealerSpike, your website company. The point of this video will be to discuss editing the primary navigation that you have at the top of every page on your site in the header area. To get to that navigation tool, we'll go on our left-hand menu and just go ahead and click on Content and into Navigation within that dropdown. Now the navigation is up, you can see the general order of which it is laid out. And just in case you're not sure what I'm referring to when I say navigation, let's go ahead and hop to the website for visual representation. Now you can see on that navigation list, every navigation point that is close or closer to the top will be towards the left, and every navigation point that is closer towards the bottom of that list will be closer to the right. Now, there are two different types of navigation points. There is the parent and child. So the parent link would be the links like home or showcase catalog, standing front and center. Child links would be like what we have under company info here. And then you have hovering over that, we have the regular company info, staff, gallery, events list, and locations. So we'll jump back into our editor. And now let's say you want to modify one of the existing links and change where it goes to on the site. Sure, go to that particular one that you would like to change, and then you'll go over to the right and just click on Edit next to it. Now the link that you'll be changing is this one right here under the link location field. Now essentially what you'll be doing is using a combination of the search bar on your site and the filters that you'll have on the left hand side of your search results page. And once you get the exact thing that you want your customers to see, you'll go up to the URL/address bar, highlight the link, right click and copy it. Then you'll hop back into your editor and paste that link in this link location field. The actual name that displays on the site is the link name. And then for the link target, you have two options. You can either have it open inside the site or open on a new page. If you decide to choose Open Inside Site, the link will open within the same tab in your browser. However, if you choose Open New Page, it will open in a new tab. Pretty much the only time you'll most likely select Open New Page is if you're sending the customer to a site that is off of your own. And a good example of that would be if you used a third party for financing and wanted customers to be directed to a specific page on that financing provider's site. Or maybe you're going to be at a power sports show at an expo center in a local city next to you, and you would like to lead to the information on that site instead of retyping it on your own yourself. In both situations, you will probably want to select Open New Page. That way, when they go just to open that link, they won't lose your site, and therefore you would not have lost their attention. Now, for any of these navigation items that you wish to reorder or relocate, you can simply click and drag them into your preferred position and drop them right there. And any of these that you'd wish to be a child link instead of a parent link, you can click and drag in, and when they snap back, you can see that they are child links with a little indentation there. Now, something I will tell you is you can only have two different kinds of links, parent and children. Although you can go through and do a stepchild, basically, in here under the child to the right, on your website, it will not appear if you decide to try and do it as a stepchild. It won't appear as a stepchild on your site. So that is just a quick note for you. Another thing I want to let you guys know is if you have something called MegaNav instead of a traditional navigation at the top of your homepage, instead of text links, you will see basically small thumb-sized pictures in your dropdowns, as well as a description and be an active link to a page on your site. If you have MegaNav, there is a heavy chance that instead of using the edit navigation tool that you have here within the editor, you will be using a combination of layouts and components to make that change instead. Now let's say that we want to add in a new navigation link. If you want to add in a parent link, you can go to just click on New Navigation Link at the top here. But if you want to add that link as a child instead, for example, under maybe in-stock inventory here, you would just click on the plus or add child to the right of in-stock inventory, which is exactly what we're going to do. So we'll go ahead and hit add or plus child, and it pops up that new child page under in-stock inventory. So you will want to change from site page under link location to a custom URL. And the reason being, you are copying the URL of something that you search for off of your site. So change to custom URL and then copy and paste that address into that field. Now, if you left it on site page, that would be for pre-organized built-in pages like contact us, services, galleries, events, etc. Pages that are already pre-built into the site, and anything custom that you are leading to, of course, will have to go to custom URL. And search result doesn't always work, so I tell people to refrain from using it. Now, let's say we would like for this particular navigation item to go to all the used bass boats that I have on my site within my in-stock inventory. So hopping back to my site, in our search bar, we're going to go ahead and type in bass boat and hit the spyglass. And now here we have one right at the top. If we want it to lead to a specific unit, we can. So if you want it to lead to a combination of the search and the filters that you see over to the left, you can. So for today, we'll filter with first starting off with boats as a type. And then for the usage, we're going to filter as used. And then finally for our inventory status, we're just going to go ahead and top it off with the in-stock filter. Now that should pick up any boats in our system that at the very least loosely fit the search of bass boats. So now we'll go up to our address bar and just highlight our URL, right click and copy it out of there, and then jump back into our editor and paste that custom URL in our link location field. And now in terms of the link name at the bottom here, let's call it used bass boats. And now I'm pretty satisfied with everything that we have, so I'll just go ahead and click on Save Navigation at the top here. And now finally, we can go to the top and click on our business name and publish our changes. Once you've done that, you will get your success notification in the bottom right-hand corner. Now, once that publish has, of course, gone through, it's marinated in there, we'll jump back onto our site and back to our homepage. Now, if we go underneath in-stock inventory, now you can see that the link for used bass boats has been added. And side note, I always tell people, if you're going to set up a new link, just ensure that you test it immediately after saving and publishing, just to make sure that it actually works. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. And now you can see that it brings up the same results as before. Now, obviously, this last one is not a bass boat, but you do get the general idea of the concept. Now, because I don't want this bass boats link on my website, because it's not completely accurate, I'll just go ahead and get rid of it. So back into our editor, and I'll go over to the right of that link and just click on that red X and delete that navigation item out of there. And once again, save my navigation and publish my changes. A question or comment I get occasionally is, well, Moniz, I don't actually want to delete it. I just want to temporarily deactivate it while I get my inventory in there and then reestablish that link. Sadly, with this current system, there's no way to do that. If there is a link in there and you don't want to add anything to it yet, it is just going to sit there empty until you do. But if you don't want to have it in here in order to prevent confusion while you are working on getting the information in, you're actually going to have to delete it. And then when everything is ready, go back in and do that process we just went over to ensure that it has the correct link. So we have the buttons, or a couple buttons here at the top. So children, of course, are the child links that you see indented underneath the parents, for example, underneath our company info section. If you click on hide all children, let me just minimize this. If I click on hide all children, then you are only dealing with those parent links. And they do label them to show you which ones do have child links underneath them. And if you click on show all details, it opens up every single child and parent link that you have to show you those details. And you can go ahead and just click on hide details again. And that is all that I really had for you guys today on navigation. Until I talk to you again, thank you so much for your time and continue enjoying your experience with us.